Hi, my name is Nada, and I have my YouTube channel called Guided Counsel. And I am here because I am coming out of my shell, and I'm going to start basically holding myself accountable to, how can I say, everything that I preach, basically, and what I've been learning from all these things that I've been picking up in either podcasts or books or seminars that I've attended. And my hope is to help someone in the same or similar situation. I love the influencers that I watch on YouTube. They've been fantastic. They've helped me throughout, whatever X amount of years I've been going through this process, especially during my really hardest and darkest times 3 years ago, where I really had nowhere to go as far as like looking for help and getting and learning about self growth. So I'm very thankful for those influencers. And what has been great about those influencers is that they are teaching based on their experiences. So they've kind of already been through the biggest moments of their lives, and now they're teaching it, which is great because they want to help people like us move up, right? So it's like, hey, I'm here, I made it, I can bring you up as well. You don't have to stay stuck in a rut per se. So I'm very thankful. And what I'm doing here is kind of taking it a different twist, where I am going to express what I'm going through now and implementing those teachings that I've learned from them and a whole bunch of other people. So you can follow along as well, and you can also hopefully implement it within you. So I'm going to start right off the bat. January 9th, the day where I was sent a warning via, the alerts on your cell phones that I may have to evacuate because of the California wildfires, I also got laid off. Now, to be fair, I knew this was happening. I knew this was happening last year. It was just the writing was on the wall, and organizational changes, lots of changes. We were losing clients at the company, and the new CTO that they hired. I mean, I looked at his LinkedIn profile, and I told my coworkers, I'm like, just to let you know, 2025 is going to look completely different. So I was very aware. I wasn't caught off by surprise. So last year, I started implementing things in my life so I can be in control. So I can be the one to say bye and not get, laid off. So I started a new business venture. I started on the path of a new business venture, and everything was working amazingly. Like, it felt really good. It was all flowing. And at one point I was like, man, this is kind of easy. Like, is this what the state of flow is like all the time? I know you get your states of flow during moments in your life, but things just kept happening. So I had envisioned that all these things by 2025, I was going to have all these things, moving right along. So yeah, didn't think anything of it. I was just really grateful at the opportunities and just putting all my ducks in a row and getting ready. So 2025 came around and the layoff happened. And at that moment, I was like, man, I was hoping that if there was a layoff, that would be like towards the end of the spring or early summer, so I have like the majority of the stuff done and I can start on this business venture, right? So that was my mentality. So it kind of put me in a pickle, and I had a choice. I had a choice to be upset and be the victim and be like, woe is me. However, through all the teachings and the practices, and also because I've been in corporate since I was 15 years old. Now, before anybody gets freaked out, I don't know how it is now, but back then you could just get a worker's permit in high school and have your parents sign, and then you can work anywhere following guidelines and stuff like that for child labor laws. I know that after every layoff, I end up with something bigger and better. So I kind of had already that ease of mindset right there, but still doesn't take away the fact that I'm here now, right? And I knew it was happening, so I was already prepared for it, so the impact wasn't like, a huge shock. Okay, so that happened. And I also now came to terms with myself. I made some decisions. One, I'm going to be 50 this year. I'm not going back to corporate because I'm an IT project manager and I follow technology very closely because I'm a little nerd/geek. And I know that my job will be eliminated through artificial intelligence fairly quickly. Can I get another job in IT? Absolutely. But then I'll be in the same situation again. And then I'll be older. And then it'll be harder. My little kids will be a little bit older. They're going to need more financial needs. So that's one. And I realized too that I needed to become creative and think of other ways that I can make money. I have something that I'm doing now, which if you would have asked me 6 months ago if it's something I would do, I would have said no way. But somehow my intuition kind of led me there. And now I'm thinking that all the things that were happening in 2024 that I felt were in a state of flow and synchronicity were not for what I thought it would be. It was kind of to prep me to where I'm going to now. Now I'm not going to say what. I do follow the teachings of Neville Goddard and A Course in Miracles and Dr. Joe Dispenza, Deepak Chopra. I mean, I listen to them all. And one of the things that I hold dear to my heart is that I work in silence. And it's basically to protect my energy. So I'm doing something that I've never, ever done before. And I've never, ever thought I would do. But that's where I feel comfortable doing right now, which is really odd. So I'm like, okay, my intuition is telling me this. I'm feeling good about it, so I'm trying it. And the other thing that I know is that I will not compromise the time, the quality time that I have with my children. Having this previous job allowed me to have the ability to spend, take my kids to school and also pick them up from school and really spend quality time with them. I was working remotely, so I'm not, going back and forth, commuting, and I'm not willing to compromise that. So I have my criteria. I know what I want, and I know what I'm willing to give give and take, and what is not the stuff that's non-negotiable, which is the quality time that I have for my children. Now, the other thing is that as I was going through all these learnings, they tell you, dream big, use your imagination. What do you really want to be? You have all these infinite dimensions with you, with all these potentialities. You have every single potential version of yourself in another timeline available. So who do you want to be, and go for that? So I'm like, okay, so I've been dreaming big. I've been imagining big. I've been, acting as if. I've been, doing everything, right? And now I got laid off, and I was like, maybe I'm a little bit scared now because I dreamed so big. And the reason why I'm saying that is because what I want to achieve would not be achievable if I would have stayed in that job. So let's say I didn't get laid off, right? Would I have been able to achieve the stuff that I want? Be the version of myself that I want to be? No, I don't think so. So the universe gave me a push into that direction. So is it scary? Yeah, because man, it's starting over at 49. Like I thought 3 years ago when I went through my, dark night of the soul back then, that was kind of chill for a while. Like I was going to be good, and now I'm here again, in a different situation, but still like, more lessons to learn. I need to expand more. And so honestly, I'm not sure what I'm doing. I am just going with the flow. Everything that I'm doing so far feels right. I don't have any resistance. I'm going to be honest, I have my roller coaster moments where I'm like fully full of faith and I'm like, yeah, oh my gosh, I know this is going to work out. It's just a matter of time. Or maybe it's not a matter of time. I don't know, but I'm just going to continue to follow my heart and just make sure that when those negative thoughts come in, that I'm like, okay, I hear you, I understand you, but I know something bigger and better is coming. And then I have my moments where I'm like, wow, I'm in this position and this is kind of scary, and what do I do next? So it is a roller coaster, but this is my time that I'm going to start implementing everything that I have learned, and I continue to learn, and hopefully this helps somebody. And it's a way to hold myself accountable, that I need to continue to believe in the higher power and believe in myself, and be in the awareness of listening to my intuition, to see where I go. And my goal is to be where I think I'm going, you know, even through the emotional roller coasters. And I hope it gives somebody that faith and that support to walk with me on this journey, in your journey, which might be similar or different, but also you have those fears, and you have you have the fears, the insecurities, and you just want someone to go along with you. If you are willing to share, you can put it in the comment section. I would love to read them, and we can help each other out. And this is just my journey into the unknown, having blind faith and just surrendering to the process. Whereas back then I would have been full of anxiety, worrying, and just really be in fear. And now it's different. Now I have a different mindset. But again, I still have those moments where I'm like, ugh, oh my God, what's going to happen? So anyway, this is me, and thank you. And I hope to see you around and hear from you guys on your comments. Thank you.